we can spend a minute making fun of just how white brine is. I mean, filling
Sounds
for time.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Spicy eggplant, I think, is going to become my new code word for look how white that dude is. Even though it's probably allergies, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for those watching this on YouTube, which is the only place this part actually sees the light of day, Renee saw a post on Reddit about a dude saying, "Do you guys find that sometimes your eggplant is just too spicy?" And when I heard this, my first thought was, "Oh my god, how white is this dude?" And Renee said, "That was my first thought." But then the second thought was, he's probably allergic to eggplant. And having no food allergies, that would never have occurred to me. But Renee has a light allergy to mango. And so she said, yeah, he probably mistook that like weird mouth sensation as spicy. I was like, oh, that's crazy. But still, spicy eggplant means, oh, get a load of this white ass dude.
Almost as white as me.
Almost.
Also,
right.
if it wasn't cooked properly, it'll taste really weird.
You taste really weird. Wait, I mean, I don't know that. Shut up. Chifuji said, as kids, they always taught us to wash your mouth really good after you eat some mango. Is this a parasite? Because mango, like pineapple, tries to eat you back. What are we talking about?
Oh, does it have like a digestive enzyme in it, basically?
Oh. That's weird. High acidity and a little enzyme action. Okay. Well, there you go. There's something for the people that listen to the show on YouTube. Hello, YouTube viewers, listeners, whatever. I see you and I love you. All right. Let's get started. Now, jam. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is episode 730 of the Mana Pool, and that's what time I had to set my alarm for on Tuesday to make it to Brian's house on time and go to Carowinds with Sam. It was not easy. I had to hold down my circadian rhythms and shoot them in the face.
And I appreciate that because I had a wonderful time. And I can't help but think, though, that that's a good 2 hours after my alarm is set. So, but, our rhythms are very different.
It's true. Yeah.
And on that note, I'm Brian. I'm the lead Rambler Tangent Master of the group. And we're not here to talk about rhythms. Or are we?
Let's hope not, with your white ass. I'm Chewie, by the way. I didn't actually say that.
I'm Mike. I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy. I have my alarm set usually at 6:30, but I don't like it all the time.
And I'm Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive and moral compass of the group. And currently, the alarm is set for 5:45, and then when school starts, it'll be set for 5:20, or at least 5:30 by the latest. And I still get up at that.
See,
so I have not lost my circadian rhythm.
This is the case where Dirk has forced either that or his circadian rhythms are just super early. But you'll notice when I said, I had to force myself to get up at 7:30 and it wasn't easy, Brian immediately went, well, I get up earlier than that.
That is not
that's what people
immediately where I
do
got.
when your lifestyle is different, which allows you to sleep at a different time. Everybody, not just Brian, but especially Brian, but everybody is like, well, that must be nice. Like, I mean,
No,
I'm
it's
up
not
till
nice.
2, so...
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get up at 6.
Get that. I get that. You go to bed way later / so late it actually comes back to being early again. than me.
For
So,
Dirk, yeah.
Yeah, this is at 5:30 in the morning. There's a reason why it's like, hey guys, it's 10 o'clock. It's like past my bedtime. This is the prime reason why.
yeah, we get it.
Anyway,
And
I just
do
love
wanna say
that
for the
weird
record-
institutional like smugness that people have about those of us who don't get up at ass o'clock in the morning. It's like so ingrained that Brian, who I know doesn't actually think any less of me because he can't, still it comes out as soon as I bring it up. It's weird.
Yeah. Some of these things are ingrained in us a little bit. Like, there's a coworker who's like, if you told them you were working until like, man, I was up till 9:30, they'd be like, oh, you got to go to bed at 9:30? I was up until 2, and I'm like, that sucks. But for them, like, especially the older generation, it's like a point of pride, and I'm like, I'm glad we're trying to move away from that. At least, in my
Yeah.
line of work, we're trying to recognize work-life balance. But there's still a little bit of that, like, well, look at me.
And
But again,
as Sam and I discussed at length while we were at the amusement park, Brian is way older than the rest of us. Even though I'm older than Brian is, Brian's older than I am.
Carrie is so fond of being like, you're so old. I'm like, you're older than me. She's like, I do not act it. I'm like, yeah. But so let's talk about something that's not me, or my whiteness, or how old I am. Because
All
those
right,
are all
white
valid
man.
things to talk about, but
So, as some of you didn't know, some of you being Brian, the Edge of Eternities pre-release actually happened already, which means by the time this goes out for listening to people that aren't here live, I think the set is legal in standard and rotation happened. Is that right?
yes.
Yeah, rotation already happened
Final.
on Arena, I think.
It
Oh.
did on Tuesday, which was the first time it had rotated in a while. Because last year they're like, you know what, we're going to 3 years, so there
Ugh.
really wasn't a rotation last year. So yeah,
Yeah, so like 15 sets rotated out or something. I don't know.
only four.
Only 4, only 1 year's worth.
You know what's surprising to me playing Arena since Tuesday is more of, there's been some things where I'm like, oh yeah, that's gone, great. It's been more surprise of like, oh, that's still there? Ugh. That stupid artifact that costs 3 that like makes the golems. I'm so tired of that. But anyway, I'm so old and
Wait.
crotchety, listen to me.
Wait, only 4 sets? But you
Only
said it
4
was a
sets
year's
rotate
worth.
out.
Oh, standard legal sets. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, they release 18 sets a year now, Mike. You know this. Sorry. So, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the new set that caused the rotation, which is Edge of Eternities,
Right.
which is magic in space. Now, a thing that I have seen a lot of in the Discord, which, by the way, you should join the Manapool Discord and come hang out with us, is that this is not just like Magic wearing a cowboy hat or Magic wearing a race car helmet. This is not Magic wearing an astronaut helmet. This is actually a Magic set that just happens to take place in space. And I'm like, oh. Like, what I have heard overwhelmingly in the Discord is that it is not a hat set, as those have come to be known. I don't know who coined that, but that I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a TV tropes thing, World of Hats. I think it's connected to that.
That would not surprise me. Sounds like something the professor would have said, and everyone would have been like, oh, that's clever.
Oh, maybe. But yeah, I agree. The feel, because I have been playing it on Arena the past couple days, and I have incorporated some of the new cards into some of my Brawl decks. And yeah, it feels way more like Neon Dynasty than Thunder Junction. Like the setting is important, and it's not people just there because, oh, here's this place. It's like, this is like for real, and things are actually happening in it, and it's not just window dressing for whatever's going on.
Yeah. So that's cool. Now, I'm also not going to lie here. I've had crap happening. I have paid zero attention to the set. So when I read these mechanics, it won't be for the first time, but I only ever glanced at them when previews were happening, like at first. Like spacecraft, I'm like, oh, what's that? And I read it and I went, oh. And then it completely exited my brain. So we'll all be learning together.
Yeah.
Except for Mike,
For
who's
my
been playing it.
For my part, I saw some of the early previews. That was it. I think I saw like Tezzeret. And then I said, you know what, I'll wait and hold off. And then I didn't go into this into great detail on the show because, you know, they say, hey, we don't make a big deal when we're not going to be around. But I was on vacation for a couple weeks, and I went down to Florida and saw a lot of family, which I'm not going to get into right now. But I got back into town, and I opened up email and stuff for a while because I was international. I didn't have any internet or anything. It was kind of glorious, to be honest. And I was like, oh, when's that set coming out? Oh, the pre-release was yesterday. So I have played a little bit of Arena, but this week has been me paying for going on vacation for a couple weeks, so I haven't had a whole lot of time. So I will probably see a couple here that I've seen from just one or two drafts that I've done, and that's about it.
Okay.
I've not seen nearly everything.
So, before Brian explains things way too much yet again, let's get into it.
That is what I'm here for.
So we got spacecraft and station. So spacecraft is a subtype.
Yeah.
For artifacts, of course.
Right.
And
It's
station
vehicle-ish,
is,
but not really.
Yeah, station is like the vehicle crewing, not really.
Yeah.
I could not find the mute button because my brain was coming out through my face. Oh, God. Okay, somebody tell us what it does while I recover.
So, with spacecraft, they're going to come in as they're artifacts. And they're going to come in as a non-creature artifact. They have a mana cost. And it kind of reminds me, the way that their text field is set up, the first thing that comes to mind, do you remember the level up cards from, was it Rise of the Eldrazi?
Yeah.
Where, and you would start at the top and work your way down. And as you leveled up those cards, more of the text box would become available. This is kind of like that. I think it's helpful if we look at the example card. So this is Wormwall Sweeper. It is an artifact spacecraft. It's a common. It only costs 2 mana. It's very cheap. And it has the static ability, when this spacecraft enters, Surveil 2. So look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You can put them back in any order or put any number of them into your graveyard. That's what Surveil does.
Thank you, Brian.
Then it has... You're welcome. Then you have Station, and the reminder text is, tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on this spacecraft. Station only as a sorcery. It's an artifact creature at 4+, and not every spacecraft becomes a creature at 4+. The card itself will tell you how many charge counters it needs before it turns on. So then you look a little further down, you see that 4+ in the circle, and then when it's a creature, it's a 2/2 with flying. It's pretty short, pretty simple.
Would you like to explain what flying is too?
No.
Just checking.
But I have seen at least one spacecraft in the set where it has a static ability, and then at, I think, 2 or more, it has another static ability, but then it doesn't become a creature until like 12+. So they are divided down. When you look at the card, you can clearly see everything is kind of laid out, I think, fairly intuitively, what happens at each stage. But I think most of them are like this. It's either not a creature, or then it's essentially, it's, I want to say crude, but that has a meaning. So it's stationed enough. You got enough hands on deck. So
it's charged up enough.
Yeah.
Right. I say charge counters. It's activated, like you're turning on. Or
oh my God, Chifuji said so many Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey station references falling on so many confused young ears. Oh my God. I was sitting here going, should I make a station joke or should I not? And I decided not. And I look over in chat. Because I figured that was a bit obscure even for me.
And I believe there's one spacecraft that doesn't become a creature. The space elevator, whatever that is.
I have not seen that, so
Okay.
I have to get to that.
I guess we'll see you later.
Maybe.
But there are other things that have station that are not spacecraft.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like planets.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
planet
you
is a
mean-
land subtype.
You mean the
It doesn't
hidden
have any
Mickey
special
land here?
rules with it. Huh?
The hidden Mickey land here?
Hidden Mickey land.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. I see it now.
It's either a hidden Mickey land or it's a whoo.
But yeah.
Now that
the
I see it, I can't unsee it.
The planet subtype
Interrupt Mike
doesn't
one more
mean anything.
time.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm
Good
sorry.
job.
No, you're
Good
not.
job. Doesn't have any special rules meaning itself, but they're using it here for the lands that have a station ability, and they get even more abilities once they're fully charged up. So the example here is Uthros, Titanic God Core. Looks like some kind of gas giant, very stormy gas giant planet. It's mythic. It enters tapped. It taps for blue, and it has station. Now it gets charged up at 12 or more charge counters, and it gets another ability: pay a blue, tap, add blue for each artifact you control.
Gee, that almost sounds familiar.
It does. It's not quite a Tolarian Academy because you have to put one man into it. But yeah, I think the green one is not quite a Gaia's Cradle in the same way.
It is not quite a Gaia's Cradle. Gaia's Cradle, yes. But this is an artifact-heavy set, so...
Oh yeah. So this is a meaningful ability.
I mean, sure, but this is one that takes effort. to
It
station.
does. It's a real amount of effort. And I remember when I was first seeing previews of these, I was like, gosh, are some of these even possible? Like, is this even doable? Is this going to be a massive waste of time? But I played a midweek Magic jump-in event on Arena where you just grab some phantom cards and slap a deck together real quick. And no, the stationing can be done. It takes effort, for the ones that are like 7 or 12 or whatever. But it's not a total waste of time. For most of them, you really do get a benefit that's worth whatever you had to put into it, and it's not as hard to do as you think, especially with the warp stuff that we'll get to later.
Yes, warp helps this out a lot.
Chifuji in the chat said this is Tolarian Academy at home. The actual Tolarian Community College.
I see
All
what
right,
you
then.
did there.
So that's Uthros, who's going, whoa! This sort of reminds me, I haven't played the Outer Wilds, but it's definitely a planet on the Outer Wilds. The one that's got all the storms. Anyone who's played it is like, oh yeah, okay. Anyone else is like, shut up, Chewie. Okay, so Warp. Hey, Dirk, you want to tell us what Starfield Shepherd does?
Sure. So Starfield Shepherd for 3 and 2 white is a 3/2 uncommon angel. Has flying. When this creature enters, search your library for a basic plains card or a creature card with mana value 1 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then it has warp. And that costs 1 and a white. And the reminder text says, you may cast this card from your hand for its warp cost. Exile this creature at the beginning of the next end step. Then you may cast it from exile on a later turn. It reminds me what was the thing
Adventures?
from the Final Fantasy set with the lands that have the
Adventure?
abilities on them.
Oh,
Adventure?
the adventures.
Yeah.
But Adventurelands, you could actually play the sorcerer instant and then the land itself in the same turn.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the
Like
mechanic from Thunder Junction called?
No one remembers.
Plot.
Plot. There it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
using the
This-
same like mechanical technology of
Yes.
Yeah.
in that
cast
same
it
spec.
to do this thing, and then put it over here, and it's
Mhm.
there for you to use later at your leisure.
If you
Yeah.
think about it, all of this adventure plot really kind of goes back to suspend, but this is like suspend with an immediate effect. Now this
Yes.
also, while this creature is on the battlefield while it's warped, it can still be killed. Unlike something like, say, Evoke, where you played a creature for a reduced cost, it would have an enters the battlefield effect and it would sacrifice itself like Muldrifter. This goes onto the battlefield and it's there for the turn. I think there's at least one that has haste, so it could attack.
Yeah.
But in that turn, somebody could be like, "Oh, kill that." But you know what else you can do with it while it's on the battlefield? You can station, because you can station with creatures that have summoning sickness. So
Yeah,
this works really well with warp.
and the Starfield Shepherd could drive a car too, if need be.
Yes.
True.
And crew vehicles too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because you're getting such a big discount when you warp something in, that can be really meaningful for stationing or for crewing vehicles, or anything power based or that cares about a creature being on the battlefield and being able to do something. Even if you just need something to sacrifice, getting that huge discount is pretty meaningful.
Also, when you cast a spell for its warp cost, you are still casting a spell, which there's stuff in this set, plus there's stuff from Tarkir Dragonstorm that is very much clued into, hey, when you cast your second spell this turn, do blah.
Oh yeah,
So-
and also I do. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do I remember seeing a ruling that said when you warp something in, its mana cost is still the mana cost of the card, right?
Yes, it is, because that's what's
Yeah.
printed on the physical card. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not really a ruling. That's a rule.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have something that says, hey, whenever you cast a creature spell, you gain X life or X is its mana cost or something like that. Something just as an example.
Oh
you
yeah,
can
or like
convert
Up the Beanstalk looks for things that cost with a mana cost of 5 or more. So
Yes, it does. That card's never going away.
Yeah.
Ever.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chifuji said Cascade and Discover go brrr.
Oh, wow.
With cards like this.
If you have something that says your spells have cascade, then yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah, so you can warp it
would
in for
cascade.
2 and then Cascade for something that costs, 4 or
Yeah.
less.
The weird thing with cascade is it sounds like it'd be better the higher the number, but the broken stuff comes from when you
Well,
you
that's
know,
a matter of
get it.
consistency versus just trying to get more big
Yeah.
awesome
stuff.
stuff. And I like awesome big stuff myself. So
Yeah.
But so warp is a neat mechanic. You
It
get
is.
it because again, we've seen this sort of thing before, but it's really versatile, and the way that they've used it on some of these creatures is pretty nice. So
Yeah. All right, moving on. We've got Void. All right, so I guess I'll read this one. So this is Tragic Trajectory. I see what they did there. This poor person is getting sucked. I like the it's mostly scientifically accurate rendition of a black hole here. And this poor person is falling into it. Black holes don't actually suck anything in. That's a misconception. But no more than anything else with mass in space does. But anyway, tragic trajectory, that's hard to say, for a single black is an uncommon sorcery that says target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. I mean, it's an instant, but it only costs... I mean, it's not an instant, but it only costs 1. So it's trade-off. That's fine, I guess.
Decent.
But it has Void, which is an ability word. And it says that creature gets -10/-10 until end of turn instead if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn.
So this is like a take on... what was that ability? What was the ability on Tragic Slip?
Morbid.
Morbid, yeah.
Morbid. It's kind of like a take on Morbid, but it allows for...
Themed for this
warp.
set.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's broader since it's not just about creatures dying, it's about any non-land permanent leaving the battlefield.
Including rover tokens, which we'll get to later.
Like the... outside of, this specific set, the second part of that, or spell was warped this turn is completely meaningless, and you might as well just ignore it when thinking about this in a outside of, in the like limited.
Uh-huh.
But they added if a non-land permanent left the battlefield. Now remember, left the battlefield means literally that. Died, exiled, bounced to hand.
Blinked,
which
would be exiled,
but that's short term, so
yeah.
Like any of that. So that's Void is actually kind of simple to do.
It is.
So yeah, I dig it.
There's another example for Void.
Oh, there is. Scroll. Hey, look at that. The insatiable Skittermaw. Oh, that's what Mom called me when I was a teenager. Are you eating again? Yeah. Anyway, so for 2 and a black, that's common. This is a common insect horror. Looks vaguely sliverish, but it's not.
I was about to say.
It's not, but it kind of looks like it. It has... Did I say 2/2? It's a 2/2 with menace. And the Void is, at the beginning of your end step, if Void happened, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Ooh! He gets
Flavor
bigger.
text is interesting.
Wow. It's a big... Okay, it's just your end step, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So if any kind of combat happened and something died, or literally anything, because it's not a non-land permanent, it's not your non-land permanent. It's a non-land permanent left the battlefield. Like, I'm trying to think of all the ways you might misunderstand. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I like it. That's a really nice effect, to make Void relevant on a common. It's just, it gets bigger. Hey, nailed it. Okay.
The final mechanic that they lay out in the mechanics.
Jay Spencer said Treasure is unbelievably good with Void. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Oh my god. That didn't even occur to me, since
That almost seems like an oversight.
Right? Jesus. Okay, sorry. That does seem slightly too good. All right, Brian was going to talk about the last one.
Yeah, I was just going to mention this. So it's the last one named here. There's a couple of returning mechanics, like landfall, for example. But here's the new one: lander tokens. So this is a type of token, just like treasure, blood, clues, things like that.
Food.
Yep. Bow ties. Yeah. But this, straight up, it's an artifact. It doesn't have a converted mana cost. You pay 2 and tap it and sacrifice it to search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It's a rampant growth.
Oh my god.
So the
Yeah.
example is Galactic Wayfarer
What?
for 2 and a green. For 2 and a green, it is a 3/3 at common. So for 3 mana, it's a 3/3 human scout. And when it enters, you create a lander token. Creatures have gotten better since we've started. Back in my day, this would cost 1 and 2 green and
It'd be
have
like
a
a 2/1.
drawback.
Or a
Yeah.
1/2, actually.
Yeah, 1/2 sounds right actually. 1 GG 1/2 with Make the Lander sounds right for back in the day.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, landers are neat and all, but they're not like that good.
No.
Like, I
But-
mean, on this
They're very
common,
useful.
like, remember the Civic Wayfinder was a 2/2 for 3. That, I guess this does put it on the battlefield,
Yes.
This puts
but
on the
still,
it actually
it's with the Galactic
it's so-
Wayfarer, it's 5 mana to do that, so it's not like it's ridiculously good.
you can also sacrifice the lander token on a later turn, and that can do 2 things. One, first of all, it accelerates your mana, but second of all, it triggers Void.
That is true, yeah.
So
Oh,
And
and it
Galactic-
is an instant speed landfall. Oh, that's
it
a
is
good
an
point.
instant speed landfall, yeah. The mono green decks that I've seen in standard with Tifa are just going insane. I played a game earlier today where he had 3 Tifas, and I blew up the first one and blew up the second one, and then stabilized against the third one, and he just, having no cards in hand, drew 1 card, and I forget the entire sequence of events, but basically he attacked me for 42 with Tifa alone. So landfall is a bit pushed.
Yeah, Tifa's scary.
I mean, seems appropriate.
She's always been scary, just for different reasons.
Yeah.
Jay Spencer said he played a game in limited today with lander tokens and bad draws. Ended up with 14 of my 17 lands on the battlefield. Jesus, that. That's a bit much.
So those are the mechanics. How do we
Yeah.
want to tackle the card image gallery? Do we want to do mythics first? Do we want to do, are there cycles that people really want to talk about? I haven't seen nearly everything, but how do you want to
Damn it.
approach
go.
this?
I think my mouse is dying. If I randomly
some
curse and you
cheese.
hear getting up sounds, it's because my mouse died. The get up noise. I don't know.
Are there
I haven't
any?
looked at
There's
any of
no
this.
plane. Well, I guess planeswalker wise, it's
Oh
is
yeah,
it just
Just Tezzeret?
what color is
I
he?
think it's just that he's
He's
colorless, isn't he?
colorless.
That's something else that
there
this
it
is kind of helps us get away from being a hat set. Is that there's not a new Jace and a new Chandra and a new Vraska and a new loot. There's no loot here at all. I think this is not a set where it's all the characters we've seen before. There's a returning character. I think again I haven't seen everything, and that's it, right? I haven't read this. I read the first story and it made my head hurt, so I haven't gone back yet.
A couple people in the Discord were saying that this story is one of the best they've read in a while, but I don't remember anyone agreeing and being like, "Yeah, so take that, as you will." Well, who wants to read Captain Tez? Aye. Smee. No, wait. Okay, just
I'll read
Captain
him.
Tez. Chifuji said.
So Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. He costs 3, and he comes in with 4 loyalty, and he also has what is it? Before he without any of his abilities, there is whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on Tezzeret. Which is good because his first ability is 0. And it says untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So the only way his loyalty counter goes up is whenever an artifact you control enters.
Which, as Brian pointed out earlier, it's a heavy artifact set. So,
Yep. To say nothing about standard or anything, just in the set.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Particularly if you got a lot of landers coming in.
it's true.
All right. So the second ability is a -3 ability. And it says search your library for an artifact card with mana value 1 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle.
There's always the go get a trinket thing.
Yep.
Yep. And then he has his limit break ability, which is a -7 ability. And it says you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature.
That's pretty funny. The robots are taking over.
They are. I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords. I would like to point out that ever since Jace the Mind Sculptor, 3-mana planeswalkers are always suspicious.
Well, I hear he's better than all.
I would also like to point out that this one's colorless. So you point out like trinkets and stuff like that. There's no commitment to blue here whatsoever. This is highly versatile.
Yeah.
Versatile. Versace.
Versace.
I was gonna go there.
Okay, let's look at this. So obviously you play this with artifacts, duh.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in an artifact deck. You just need to generate enough artifacts for him to be, not pointless.
I mean, in theory, you could just play him in a creature deck and just use that first ability. I'm suddenly very afraid of this thing in an elf deck.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's mostly geared toward artifacts.
He's got the thing where he protects himself by untapping a tapped creature. So if you've already got a creature there, he can, hey, you, wake up, stand in my way. He untaps stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for that first ability.
Isn't there something in this set that wants you to tap stuff?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then they get bigger, so if you do it again, oh my god. That so he works really well with Station.
Yes, he does.
Like, he essentially gives you a free station with your biggest creature every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 if it's
an
not
artifact
free.
creature.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
Huh. And then all artifact-based things have to have the go get a trinket from your library. Is it a law? I think it's a law.
What's the artifact creature? Is it Triskelion, where you can remove a +1/+1 counter to ping something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that -7 emblem is kind of gross with the something like that.
I was thinking even just of the minus of the 0 ability, but
well, yeah,
but then the limit break, getting 3 counters a turn does seem.
It's called burst fire. Brr, brr. Fire in short bursts so you don't overheat the barrel. Or the station. Or the Triskelion. Whatever. Oh, hey, I forgot about chat. Hang on. I accidentally minimized the chat. 14 to 17 lands. Jay Spencer said Tez's zero ability really helps you station things.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, and robots are now an official type. Oh, that's true. Yeah. We haven't seen a robot as an official type, have we?
I don't think we have until
That's pretty
now.
funny.
There's some things that make 2/2 robot tokens.
On stuff, but not in regular Magic sets.
Yeah. We've had constructs before.
Oh, God. Jay Spencer said people are really talking about this for vintage. -3 gets Black Lotus or Mana Vault, and the 0 can untap the Mana Vault.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Yeah. That's not cool. Or it's really cool, depending on your opinions on vintage.
Yeah, turn 1 you could Mana Vault or Mana Crypt this out easy and start doing stuff.
Jesus. Okay, then. Let's go back to the card image gallery. There we go. So that's our one Planeswalker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hiccup. Ooh, I want to read a card just because I saw the name.
Okay.
Right.
Mutinous Massacre in multicolors.
Mutinous Massacre?
Yeah, well, because he's a cruel captain. So a thing I almost said was, oh, he's gonna get mutinied if he keeps being cruel. Oh, Chifuji said he lied. Ether Drift introduced robots, but nobody noticed it then, I guess. Correct.
Oh, yeah, I did
cared
not
about
notice that.
Ether Drift. All right, so Mutinous Massacre is a rare sorcery that costs 3 black, red. 7 mana. Choose odd or even. I already don't like this card. Choose odd or even. Destroy each creature with mana value of the chosen quality. Oh, then gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste until end of turn. Parentheses, 0 is even.
Huh.
Wait. This is a mass kill that is also an insurrection?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
His insurrection costs 8, so, take 1 mana off, make it 2 colors, and you don't get all of the creatures. Well, unless all of the creatures on the board happen to be either odd or even.
Yeah, but you also get to pick the one where maybe if you have your deck where all of your creatures are odd or even,
Mm-hmm.
you're still going to get all of your stuff back.
Right.
Assuming that the insurrection doesn't... The destroy part only matters... I guess it could... Wow. What I'm thinking of is if the game continues after this turn, but...
Yeah. Which it might. You never know.
Well, that's why you have a sack outlet on the board. Duh. I mean, what are we even doing here? All right, so I like that card more now that I finished reading it. I just saw the name and I was like, I must read this card. Because it's not just a massacre. Or a girl that massacres. My boo. No, this is a mutinous massacre. All right.
So
what are we doing? What are we even doing here? There's a new Goyf.
There's a new Goyf, yeah. So, the Cosmo Goyf, which I do like that name, and I like the art.
That is a good name.
For a black and a green, it is an elemental Lurgoyf. It is rare, and its power is equal to the number of cards you own in exile, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. So,
Ooh.
You get it, and guess what? Your cards that you have warped until you have played them again are in exile. In addition to other ways to exile your stuff, creatures that are out or lands that are out on an adventure, stuff like that.
Or
I
stuff
like
that
that.
exiled from the graveyard. It's really easy to make that
Yeah.
number go up.
It
These
is,
days,
although
yeah.
it doesn't feel as broken as like Tarmogoyf because it's a little easier to just dump stuff in your graveyard. This requires an additional step.
Correct. Yes, that's a good point.
So to me, this is fair without being like, oh my god, it's gonna break the game. But I do love the flavor text. It's a computer input screen. And it just says alert Cosmogoyf, and I like how it's in all caps. Recommended action: run. PSS Eric's shipboard computer final transmission. Ak, Hans, run.
Space Hans, run! It's the space going.
But yeah, it's a neat card, and I like the little things like that where it's like a callback, but it doesn't. Well, it looks awesome to me, and I think somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, this is great." It does not. It doesn't have me going, "Wow, this is broken. We have to be worried about it."
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Oh my god. Chifuji just pointed out Safi Eric's daughter, the PSS Eric's.
Oh, hey,
Wow.
I
I missed that
see?
too.
See? And it's stuff like that when they can do that where it feels like a little neat instead of just like, again, Jason a cowboy hat, where it's neat and it makes you feel like, hey, I get that reference, like Steve Rogers, but without making you feel pandered to.
Yeehaw, partner. Jace Balerian.
I don't mean to keep ripping on that, but I will totally keep ripping on that.
So is there more than one creature that has 2 cards?
Creature that has
What?
2 cards. Are you referring to Sammy?
Yeah, there's Sammy and there's Alpharel, because you were just down at the multicolored Alpharel.
Alpharel.
It was on the line with the... Yeah, there you go.
I only see one Alpharel.
There's one in black also.
Oh. In the main set? That's
Really?
neat.
Yeah.
I guess this represents different points in their stories
Mm-hmm.
because
Oh, yeah, look at
I haven't read the
Cool.
story, so I couldn't
And
say.
yeah, they
I know
are-
Sammy is the protagonist.
Oh, Jay Spencer said all the story characters have 2 cards, an uncommon and a rare. Oh, okay.
Well, that
Except
one
this one is a
Sam-
mythic, so
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say
gonna
that
say,
one
this
Alpha
one's
Rel is a
important.
mythic.
yeah, you've already been
Okay.
shot in foot there, but okay, wait a minute. He said that the mono red Tenuk is spicy. Well, Chifuji said that. Somebody said that. Hang on, let's go see the spicy one.
Okay, I like spicy.
Mono red. I can't
Unless
read.
it's Chipotle.
I can't spell. Here we go. Tenuk Steadfast Second. For 2 red. Oh, he's a Kavu. Oh yeah, we got Space Kavu. I forgot that was a thing in this set. So Tenuk Steadfast Second for 2 red is a 3/5 legendary Kavu pilot, who's mythic. Says other creatures you control have haste. Okay. And then artifact cards and red creature cards in your hand have warp 2 and a red.
Wow,
Oh.
I had not seen this card.
That's awesome.
That's
Oh.
crazy because with the haste.
Oh.
I mean, just insert large red creature here, in terms of, yes, I'll pay 3 for it, and it comes in with haste, and then at the end of the turn it'll be exiled, but then I can play it again later. So it's not like Ball Lightning where it sacrifices itself.
Oh god, I was like, where are you getting haste from? From the line above that, idiot.
From the
oh
line
my
above
god.
it. RTFFFC.
Yes, read the frickin' friendly frickin' car. I couldn't come up with anything.
Bully foil.
Yeah, the fully foiled friendly car.
It's Monday to Friday card. Yes.
Wow, yeah, okay, this is definitely spicy. It's like a not quite sneak attack.
Yeah. They have a turn to kill it, like, unless you have 7 mana lying around, you can't do this and activate it in the same turn. In which case, if you have 7 mana lying around, you probably just play
Yeah,
the other
there's
thing.
probably better stuff to do, yeah.
But this feels like a kill on sight, because if you don't kill it, whatever they're playing next is very much going to kill you.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
if they play this, then they've got something in the works. Even if it's not going to kill you, like, they've got something in the works that is not going to be good for you.
Okay, I'm just going to make everyone hate me,
It's
but
too late for that.
this says artifact card. World Spine Worm isn't an artifact, is it?
No, but it's a creature.
But it's not a red creature.
Oh, right.
But
This says red
but-
creature. Got
Yeah,
it.
but,
all your other creatures
Wor-
have haste, but only the artifact and artifact cards and red creature cards get the warp.
Okay.
Worm Coil Engine is an artifact card, though. So
Yes.
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty
Draco
sure.
also works.
But like even something silly like the well, thinking of Kavu, like a flame tongue Kavu for 1 cheaper to pop out, barf fire on something and kill it, maybe swing, and then hop
And
into
attack.
exile for you to do again next turn.
yeah, that's pretty great.
Like it gives all of your red creatures with and your artifacts, I guess, with a an enters the battlefield effect. It gives you an extra use of that without having to blink. Like I know we seem to be hung up on like the play a big creature with haste for cheap, which is awesome, but it does even more. This is definitely spicy. You are correct.
Good call, Chifuji.
Yeah. Oh, also, Sammy is a they if it comes up again. Oh, I haven't read the story. I don't know what a Sammy is, but I will try to remember that.
It's that I started to say it's, and that is the term for the card, but that character is the protagonist.
Ah, okay.
They have 2 cards, both of which are in multicolored.
Yeah, they're right next to each
So I
other.
think, yeah.
Should we read
And so
those while
is-
we're here?
Steer Vondum.
Do what?
Steer Vondum is multicolored also, and they're not next to each other, but they're in sequence with each other. Because you've got the rare one there and the other one's down below.
Is this a Jedi?
I was thinking one of the Fremen.
I mean, okay,
Gesundheit.
yeah, that too.
Just because of the armor and all that. Like,
We got Space Knights. What the? All right, so let's read all of these. Who are we doing first? The Sammy or the Vondum?
Let's do Sammy, since
Okay,
they're
let's do Sammy.
the protagonist. So, Sammy, Ship's Engineer, is the uncommon. And for 2, a red and a white, they are a 2/4 legendary human artificer. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, create a tapped 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Pretty short, pretty straightforward. Those creatures could have been tapped attacking. They could also be tapped for station.
Yeah.
In the story, at least when I started reading it, they are looking for their cat. Their cat has gone off somewhere.
Oh, look,
Now, I
and there's
don't
the
know
cat
how
in the
you-
art.
I don't know how you lose a cat in space. It's just like either on the ship or it's not. But whatever. He's been looking for like over a year, and they have been looking for over a year, and they have gone through pretty much all of their resources. Their cat, by the way, is named Miri, and I don't know if that's on purpose or if they forgot they had another cat character named Miri in the past. I feel like somebody would have told them that, but
Surely
I mean,
they...
Mark Rosewater
Sure.
is still on staff, so yes, someone would have noticed.
But so as
That,
far
and
as
I'm
the
pretty sure
again,
the people making Magic these days are like old Magic nerds. So
Yes.
but the card itself is decent for an uncommon. It fits the themes of the set. Like, hey,
I
you
mean,
get
I do
artifacts,
like
you got tapped creatures.
I do
Mhm.
like it when you get rewarded in some way for aggression.
Yeah, for doing stuff instead of just having stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So like, okay, here's my stuff. Swing, go. Oh, I get a reward for that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like the survivor stuff in Duskborn. I did like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And then his mythic version is very spicy, so somebody else should take that.
Get him,
All
Mike.
right. Big creature, 4, a red and a white. So 6 mana for a 4/4 with double strike and vigilance.
What?
Huge, dangerous.
Whoa.
Also dangerous in a different way. Spells you cast have affinity for artifacts.
Excuse
So they
me?
cost 1 less to cast for each artifact you control.
And that was Sammy
Are
Wildcat
really good
Captain.
at building robots. Right, Wildcat Captain.
What? That's neat.
It
I mean,
is.
he does
Now,
not.
you have to play
Hey.
a 6 mana creature to get that,
Yeah,
but
thank you.
hey.
They do not reduce their own cost, so you're still gonna have to pay 6 to get them out.
Unless you've got a mirror gallery and a shut up, Chewie. Okay.
I love the
Unless-
shut up Chewie. Yeah.
Unless you use unless you used Tannock to warp Sammy in, then you only had to pay 3.
They are a red creature, aren't they? Hmm.
Also, shut up, Mike.
They would also only be on the battlefield for a turn. But
Man, double strike and vigilance. Have we ever seen those together on a card at 4/4? That's... Wait, what? Jay Spencer said, don't forget that red has mana dorks now to get it out faster, and one of the mana dorks is an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. But double strike and vigilance just seems, I don't know, wrong for some reason.
kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrong in a way like, why did they print this? Not in a way like, it doesn't work. No, it works. It works real well. Huh. All right then. Let's go read this other one then. Right, Servandum. Vondum?
Vondum.
Vondum.
I vondum.
Shut up, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, now we just need Dirk to say something stupid so I can tell him to shut up, and that's all 4 of us.
On them.
Shut up, Dirk. Sorry,
So
I'm
Dirk,
sorry.
So Dirk, what does
all right.
this guy do?
Let's read
well-
the uncommon one first.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I was going to read the uncommon one.
Yeah.
So, Servandum the Lucent for 2 white and 2 black. So, grand total of 5 mana.
That was
they are-
2, a white, and 2 black. Because I was like, 2 white and 2 black is 4, Dirk. I hadn't actually looked at the card yet. I'm sorry.
So it's a
Later.
4/4 human knight, legendary creature that's uncommon. They have death touch and lifelink.
Oh.
It's always a great combination.
Yeah.
And whenever Servandum enters or attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain death touch until end of turn.
Oh.
Cool. That is the right response.
Huh.
On a creature that already has death touch and lifelink.
And it's when... Oh my god, it's when he enters or attacks. So this is a big surprise.
Yeah.
Hey, we've all got
This
death
is-
touch.
This makes combat math insane.
I bet this would be ridiculous in like a. Oh yeah, okay. Chifuji just said it's great and limited. Get out of my head. Chase Spencer said math is for blockers. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. That's cool. What's the rare one do then? So that's the Lucent. The other one is Servandum Sunstar Exemplar. Ooh, that's fun to say. Sunstar Exemplar. Sunstar Exemplar. Sorry, I'm writing a musical.
Star.
Oh my god. All right, I'll read this one then.
Star.
No one gives me a raspberry.
For a white and a black, 2 mana. It's a rare human knight still. 2/2 with vigilance and menace for 2. Okay, that I like it. Whenever another creature you control dies or is put into exile, that's huge. Put a +1/+1 counter on Servandum and you gain 1 life. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's more. When Servandum dies or is put into exile, another huge one, while its power is 4 or greater, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. I'm in love.
I saw
cool.
somebody playing this, I think yesterday, and they were in an almost mono black deck that had Sephiroth and this and lots of sacrifice outlets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is wow. This seems really good. Like
'Cause
like
it is.
we've been saying, you know, forever that life gain is just sort of meh if it's
Yeah.
just life gain, but if you get life gain in addition to stuff you already want to be doing, then life gain is really good. And so growing your Sunstar Exemplar, and gaining life, and then if someone does kill it, you can just nuke one of their. Oh yeah, this is. I like this a lot.
Yeah, this is really good.
Reading the legendaries, Gene Morph Imago is a fake legendary thanks to WotC quality control. Is that in multicolored?
Yeah. Well, it's the one of the special treatment versions of it has the wrong frame.
Oh, good job.
Oh, I
WotC.
get so they gave it the legendary crown, the crown molding as we called it, I think at one point.
Oh
But
my
it's
god,
not a
I forgot
legendary
about
card.
legendary crown molding because it's become the standard now.
Yeah.
Okay, but not the version here. One of the other treatments that I don't have in the. Oh, unless I do, is it? Oh yeah, there it
It's
is. You get honorary crown molding there, Gene Morph Imago. Imago? Imago?
I
My
don't know.
name is Imago Gene Morph. You killed my broodmother. Prepare to die. Oh, we should read the other Tennock while we're here, I guess.
Oh
Since
yeah.
we already read the other one.
Okay.
Who want to do that? While I choke myself on my shirt.
I can take this Tannock. So Tannock Memorial Ensign. Ensign,
Ensign.
I think is that.
Ensign.
For 1 red and a green, so Gruul colors. Still a Kavu pilot. This one's uncommon and a 2/4. Has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, Tannock deals 1 damage to each opponent. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card. Landfall
Ooh, I like that.
and lander tokens.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
Because not only, you know, like the 1 damage to each opponent is like, you know, it's cute, you know, whatever. That's fine. But drawing a card in red and green for something that you want to be doing anyway, Like, unlike life gain, drawing cards is good if that's all it does. But when you get to draw cards in addition to doing stuff you already did, that's insane.
And I know you kind of waved off the one damage, but it is to each opponent. So this makes it much more interesting in multiplayer.
I mean, that's true, yeah. But you're not playing this, most likely, for the damage, unless you've got a ridiculous combo going. What is that thing where you sacrifice so many lands and then go get that many from your library?
Escape shift.
There we go. Yeah. 10 escape shift coming to a really bad commander deck near you.
Well,
Or you can
and there
push a
are,
60-card deck.
I don't know, deserts are still a thing. So if those lands themselves also dealt damage when they came in.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Chifuji said
What about-
that... No. Jay Spencer said there's a black uncommon is like the best card in the set.
Were we going to talk about the alpha reel
I mean,
cards that Dirk mentioned?
at some
Or
point,
should
but
we-
I wanna
Okay.
make sure we get the best card in the set while I'm looking at it. It is
Okay.
the Umbral
card in the set.
Collar Zealot. Wait, I just had it. Okay. This does not seem like the best card in the set. For 1 and a black, it's an uncommon human cleric. It's a 3/2. Okay, a 3/2 for 2 is actually... I didn't see that part. And it says sacrifice another creature or artifact, surveil 1. One of the best. Sorry, not the best. Did not mean to put words directly into your face.
Yeah, that's good
I mean-
stats, and it's a 0-mana sacrifice outlet with an ability that does something.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I don't know if it's amazing, but
I mean, Jay Spencer is better than Magic at Magic than all of us put together. Like,
that's true.
this is
Oh, like-
this is not a questionable thing. He is actually better at Magic than the 4 of us put together. So,
Yeah, seriously though,
it's
2
true.
mana for free sacrificing and surveil. This is like legacy combo potential level.
Yeah. Hey, there's your sack outlet that you have for the Mutinous Massacre. You just pick odd.
Yeah.
Then you get all the even stuff. And then if everybody doesn't die, then you sacrifice all the stuff that isn't yours. See, there we go. I knew there'd be
So-
one.
At least one person that designed this set has played Among Us.
Oh, did you see Vote Out?
I saw Vote Out. I've never even played that game, and I still know what it's about.
Oh, God, you'd be terrible at Among Us.
I'd be horrible. I'd
'Cause
be like,
you're a terrible liar.
I would be the worst.
I'd be like, I saw Brian vent, and Brian would be like, what? No! He would turn into
What's a vent?
the guy from the terrible movie. Who was that? Oh, it was Marky Mark from the terrible movie.
Oh, you're talking about from
Oh, God. The Shyamalan
the
movie.
stupid one
that's-
with the plants.
with the
Yeah.
plants, yeah.
The plants in the wind.
The
yes.
Happening. There we go.
The Happening. Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be how Brian would react. He would instantly become just obviously lying, and we'd be like,
Yeah.
I used to be a
let's not
good
talk-
liar. I don't know what happened, but when I would play Among Us, Laura, a cute neighbor chick, would always be like, Chewie, you're lying. You did it. I'm like, what? No. I didn't like playing with her. Anyway. All right. So, while we're here, you want to read the black one since I'm already in black? Alfarail? Alfarail? How the hell do you say that?
Alpha Reel, maybe?
Alfariel. That's what I would
yeah,
say.
I think it's, because it's not real, it's rail. Rail. Alfariel. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Sure. Let me just get up to it.
So somebody read that.
Alfariel, Stone Chosen. For 3 and 2 black, is a legendary human cleric, mythic, 3/3, has ward, discard a card at random. I like that
disgusting.
quite a bit. Yeah. So, hey, you can choose not to target him, and then you won't have to, discard a card at random. Void. Whenever this creature attacks, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, defending player loses half their life, rounded up. I'm sorry, that pause is because I had not read this before.
Yeah.
So this is like that, what's the assassin? That when it hits you, that effect happens.
I was thinking of the Ebon Blade Reaper from back in the day.
Yeah, with Morph. That was always fun to guess which one was the Reaper.
Didn't it have the effect that when it attacked, you would lose half your life?
I think so. And that way, if you attacked with it and then flipped it up...
Yeah, you would avoid the attack trigger and only get the hits trigger.
Yeah. But no, there's a Relentless somebody? I don't know, too many magic cards. There's an assassin in Standard right now that when it hits an opponent, they lose half their life rounded up. But this doesn't have to hit. This just has to attack. Thank you. This just has to attack, and it must attack while when Void has been activated. When Void is has been satisfied this turn, I think. But
like, really, that's not hard.
Yeah.
And you really only need to do it once. And then, go ahead. You can block it. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. When Brian was saying that, I'm like, wasn't there a ninjutsu creature from was it Kamigawa block that kind of did something like that?
Probably.
That took half your life down or something. I might just be remembering things wrong, but
I mean, no, that sounds right. I don't know of one in particular, but
yeah.
Well, anyway.
Someone can go to Gatherer and type in half your life or half their life, and there they all are. Okay, so the other Alfariel is back down and multicolored. This is the uncommon one. Who hasn't read a card in a while? Dirk, did you read a card lately? Read a card.
All right, so Alfariel, Dreaming Acolyte. For 1 blue black, Alfariel is a 2/3 human cleric, uncommon, legendary creature. When Alfariel enters, draw 2 cards. Then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card.
Oh.
During your... Do what?
That's, it was huge back in Mirrodin. No? Nobody? I can't remember it either.
I don't remember the name of the card. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Was it just... Wait, was that Thirst for Knowledge, or was Thirst for Knowledge something else?
I can't remember. There was that one, and then there was the one that had Affinity, I think. Was that Thirst?
No, that one... Shoot.
Oh, Jay Spencer said yes, that's Thirst for Knowledge. Okay.
Then Alfariel has, during your turn, Alfariel has Death Touch.
Oh, that was draw 3, discard. That was draw 3, discard 2. Oh, okay. This is a smaller one. Draw 2, discard 2, unless it's an artifact. Got it. And Death Touch on your turn is, that's fine. It encourages you to attack. So, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The sippy cup, Thirst for Knowledge. All right.
Is there any other main characters that we need to find?
I don't really know who's a main character. So
Yeah, who knows?
I think
That was fun.
that seems to be most of the legendary creatures. Do we want to cover the planets?
Yeah, I was scrolling down here to see
It's either that or we can do the rare ships.
that too.
Because I think there's a rare ship in each color.
That would not surprise me, but I would say let's go for
1,
the
2,
planets since they will all be in one spot.
3,
And then-
4, 5. Yeah, and we've already done one of them.
And then absolutely do some spacey ships.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one is the white one, Adagia, one of those, windswept
Adagia.
bastion. These are all mythic, by the way. They intertapped and they tap for whatever their color is. So this one taps for white because it's the white one.
Yeah.
It's not white. It's a land. You know what I mean. And it
Yeah.
has station, of course. And at 12 plus, it gets 3 a white and tap to create a token that's a copy of target artifact or enchantment you control, except it's legendary. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, that keeps you from making multiple copies with shenanigans.
Yeah, doing the same
Right.
thing over and over. Mhm.
So, for example, there's an O-ring in the set. You can't like keep making copies of the O-ring because that would be very frustrating.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
That's a really nice bit of balancing tech there. I like that.
It is. I like it.
Huh. I was about to say something
And,
stupid
I mean-
like, and it keeps you from copying legendary... Idiot.
I mean, no, it doesn't keep you from it if you really want the
Yeah, that...
enter the battlefield effect. But I do like the fact that because it's artifacts or enchantments, you could have multiple targets for this. So just make a copy of this one this turn, make a copy of another one the next turn, you know? So
Yeah, that's...
seems pretty strong. But hey, you have to get up to 12 counters, so...
Yeah. That's really cool, though. I like that. All right, what's the green one do?
Green one is Invendo, Waking Haven. So as said, it's a planet, it's green mythic, enters tapped, adds green mana, has station. For its the max station, what are we calling this?
I don't know.
I don't
At,
know.
at 12.
At 12. All right, at 12, it has green tap, add green for each creature you control.
Oh, yeah, this is the one that's not quite Gaia's Cradle.
Yes.
Okay. That's, I mean, just like the not quite, Tolarian Academy, that's still good.
Yep.
Okay, then.
I mean, yeah, you get
Self-explanatory. Moving on.
you get what it does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the red one do?
Cavaron. I think Mike was about to say. So, Mike, I've read a card a minute ago. What's this
Yeah,
do?
Cavaron Memorial World. It's the red one. And at 12 or more charges, it gets an ability 1 and a red, tap and sacrifice a land. Create a 2/2 robot token. Then creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn.
That's... Huh. That's neat.
Yeah.
For when you have all the lands you need.
It's a repeatable pump my team and give anything I just played haste. Okay. Not as ridiculous as the other two,
Right.
but it's red.
Yeah. Whereas the others are like, do something big. This is more just like, have a medium size effect over and over and over again. I would say, I say medium versus small because the more creatures you have, the more impactful that +1/+0 in haste is. So,
Yeah.
plus you also get a creature from it. So,
All right. And then the black one, Mike. Or whoever just didn't read one.
Susur Secundi, Void Altar, taps for black, and once it's at 12 or more, it has pay 1 and a black and tap, and pay 2 life and sacrifice a creature.
Jesus.
Draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Activate only as a sorcery. Yes, you have to be at 12 or more. Yes, you have to. That's a lot of like 1 and a black and tap and pay 2 life and sack a creature. But then you're going to be drawing some stupid amount of cards from that creature. So yes, I will pay that and tap and pay 2 life to draw 3 plus cards.
Jay Spencer said red lands in the mythic and rare cycles always get the shaft. I was just realizing yesterday that of all the Eldraine castles, only the red one doesn't see play in Pioneer. Ha! Oh, poor red.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, this one, it's not so much the stupid number of cards as it's just repeatable. Like, I mean, even if you're sacking a 2/2, doing it every turn, like, the 2 mana and 2 life is just, No, wait, Night's Whisper is 3 cards for 3 life. No, that's what's the damn card I'm thinking of? Sign in Blood.
Ambition's cost is 4 mana for 3 cards and 3 life.
Okay. Sign in Blood is the one I'm thinking. That's 2 cards for 2 life and 2 mana, right?
Yeah, so is Night's Whisper, but Sign in Blood can target someone else if you want.
Oh, Sign in Blood and Night's Whisper are... Okay, I was trying to remember because I thought they had different numbers on them. No, they just do slightly different things. It's been a hot minute, all right? Give me a break. Yeah. But yeah, the ability to do that every turn, again, even if you're only like dropping a 2/2, I like it.
I mean, I get where they're coming from, but the red one is arguably the strongest on an empty board. So,
on an empty board, okay.
yeah. Post wrath, anything. The green and blue ones,
not so much.
Yeah. The green and blue ones need creatures or artifacts. The white one needs enchantments or artifacts, and the black one needs creatures. Yes, those are not hard to do, but the red one needs lands, which means when you're top decking lands, you're like, I can work with this.
But if the board is empty, how did you get 12 counters on it?
It wasn't always empty.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I was going to say someone cast Yokel Hops, but no, that would have blown up the planet. Never mind. I was trying to make a joke and it didn't work. Also, hey, some of the old oh god, it's been so long I've forgotten what these are called.
I'm not sure.
The lands, the Stomping Ground and Water Grave.
Yes, the shock lands?
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
Oh, is it not all of them? Well, you're right, it's not all of them.
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, but I don't think it's... Yeah, because Stomping Ground and Water Grave. So it's 2 allied color...
Oh, were the other ones already in Final Fantasy? The other 5?
Were they?
If they weren't in Final Fantasy, I guarantee you they will be in another set soon.
Okay, only these 5 in Standard. I didn't think so. So yeah, we got 2 allied and 3 enemy colored shock lands, and which means the others are coming in a set soon because they don't do that.
Agreed.
If we were still doing blocks, they would be guaranteed to be in the next set, but we're not doing blocks anymore. And the next set is Spider-Man. And then the next set is Avatar: The Last Airbender. So who even freaking knows? Let's do some more stations. Those are fun.
Okay.
Like in the artifacts here, I just scrolled up to the Extinguisher Battleship.
That is a name. I don't even know what it does.
I don't know. It's got a big... I can't say that on the show. It's got a big-ass cannon on it, though. So, for 8 mana, it's a rare spaceship. It said... The text is so tiny. When the spacecraft enters... Oh, destroy target non-creature permanent. Oh. Then, this spacecraft deals 4 damage to each creature. Oh my god, it leaves a crater, and then the shockwave damages everybody else.
That is impressive.
That's freaking cool. And it has station, of course, and at 5+, it becomes a 10/10 with flying and trample.
Yeah, so that's a very small stationing cost compared to so many other spaceships, but you have to pay 8 up front for it, and it's going to wipe the board.
Yeah, it kills a bunch of your stuff.
Yeah, so...
But it doesn't kill creatures that are big enough to station it all on their own, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good point, yeah. You could totally, like, play this, blow up their biggest thing, wipe all their little things off the board, have your big thing that survived, station it if you really wanted to, or you could, just swing and do that later.
Well, when you say blow up their big thing, you got to pay attention. It
does say non-creature, doesn't it?
Permanent. Mm-hmm.
So, does this have... With the red guy who gives things haste and warp?
Yes.
This is an artifact.
That's a hell of a combo. 3 mana to... And he has 5 ass, doesn't he?
Yes. So
he does.
So yes, Tentacle survive the blast.
Man, that's gross.
Which then you can, when you get up to 8 mana, you can play it again if the game goes on that long. I feel like that's a good play. I'm not always the best analyst of cards, but I think I like those 2 cards together. Of course, Tanic, again, as we've already established, is good with red cards and artifacts. So
it's true. Jay Spencer said, people keep misreading Extinguisher Battleship. It can destroy lands if your opponent doesn't have anything else to hit. Yeah? You don't have to hit something of your own. Are you hanging out with people what can't read?
I mean, there's so many things that say non-land such and such that people have just been conditioned to seeing that.
It's, what is it we used to say? There are a lot of things that this card doesn't say.
Yeah.
That is true. Your brain does tend to insert things that are usually there. Okay.
Well, I'm just thinking the Extinguisher Battleship feels like the Star Killer base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's not a planet, so it's totally the Death Star.
Yeah. It is something that definitely needs to be crude, but it is actually already, at least, if not fully operational, very armed.
Yeah. The cannon works, if nothing else.
Hey, we're talking about station...
No, but it can blow the... Okay.
We're talking about station cards.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like we need to talk about the end stone at some point before we sign off today.
Okay, what's that? Oh, there it is.
Okay,
what's that?
Why don't you read it?
You want me to read it? Okay.
Yes, you should read it.
The End Stone. That doesn't sound ominous at all. For 7, it's a mythic legendary artifact. Okay. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. What? Okay, that's silly. At the beginning of your end step... Oh, I see the catch now. At the beginning of your end step, your life total becomes half your starting life total, rounded up. Oh, you have your starting life total.
That's not a catch.
That's not a catch at all. That's awesome. I mean, if you're still at your starting life total, it's a bit of a catch.
But no matter what, you can pay any amount of life on your turn as long as you stay above 0, and then
Yeah, it
you
pops right
reset.
back up to 10 or whatever, depending on your format.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's neat.
This is dumb. It also can gain warp from the guy, but probably not as important to do that. I should just stop talking about
Jay
that.
Spencer
because
said
it
this is the
applies
most
to-
commanderish commander card to ever commander.
Yeah.
It is the very definition of whenever you draw a card, draw a card.
Luckily, you can't have more than one out without mere hall shenanigans.
Oh yeah, we should point out the new change for commander as of I think tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. So there's
I don't know this. What's up?
there's a rule change for what cards you can have as your commander. So
Oh yeah.
now,
Okay, sorry.
legendary spacecrafts with the printed power toughness and legendary vehicles can now be your commander.
Yeah.
If it has a printed power and toughness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like for example, I did call out earlier that there is a spacecraft that doesn't become a creature. The Eternity Elevator.
Yep.
Does not become a creature.
And
So
still
it's
has
not-
to be. Sorry, go
So
ahead.
it's not so the Eternity Elevator is not eligible because it doesn't have a printed power toughness anywhere on
Right.
it. But
And the-
something like Dawnsire, Sunstar Dreadnought, which is on this same line here in my view, can be a commander.
Yeah.
Because the commander still needs to be a legendary permanent.
Right, still needs to be legendary.
Yeah. It sounds basic, but since we're talking about a significant rules change, I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, you're not allowed to have Smuggler's Copter as your commander.
No.
Comma, you jackass.
So I haven't read either of these. So
You should
Just
read
gonna
the
jump in
Eternity
here.
Elevator.
the Eternity Elevator sounds like it would take forever to get up there. For
Ah,
5, it is
why
a
did I
legendary
laugh so hard
spacecraft
at that?
because it was not
You
a
know
bad
it's
joke.
true.
Oh, I love you,
For-
Brian.
I love you too. For 5, it's a legendary spacecraft. It's rare. Discord keeps popping up notifications right where the text is, so I'm waiting for the. Okay, you can tap it for 3 colorless mana. Okay, it has station, and it needs 20 plus counters. That's a lot, and you can tap it. Stupid. I need to move down so these notifications will stop covering it. At 20 plus counters, tap add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of charge counters on the Eternity Elevator.
Seems worth the effort, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
It almost feels like a win more card, because I'm not sure what you're gonna need 20 mana for. If you've already spent 20,
Fireball.
I guess.
Good job, Mike.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I like it, but like you've also spent 20 power in powering it up as well. So it's neat, and the fact that it for 5 mana, it's like a colorless lotus. For 5 mana, it comes down. You can tap it for 3 colorless right away. It's not bad.
Also, don't forget, Brian. You said, "Oh, Eternity Elevator, it'll take forever to get up there. It needs 20 charge counters. It will take forever to get up to that."
It will take quite a while. Yeah,
See, it's so flavorful.
it's true. That's got to be one of the highest station counts, right? It's got to be. Unless there's one that's like 100, you win the game. Which, no.
Dawnfire's top level also has 20.
Yeah.
Requires 20.
Okay.
And has the number 100 on it.
It does have the number 100 on it. So Dawnsire costs 5. It's a legendary spacecraft. It's mythic. It doesn't have any enters the battlefield abilities. It doesn't have any abilities when it's not charged up. It gains its first ability at 10 charge counters. Whenever you attack, and remember this is before it's a creature, so this is something else attacking. Whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to one target creature or planeswalker.
Okay.
F that
And-
permanent in particular.
Yes. And then at 20 or more charge, it becomes a 20/20 flying creature.
Which, that's neat and all, but it's really the second line that catches your eye. Is it bad that the first thing I thought of was Stuffy Doll
Well,
when
of
I
course
thought of
it
that?
is. It's what we all thought of.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
I mean, I did immediately.
Can
as soon
you-
as I read what it did, I assumed at least two of you did too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give a non-creature permanent lifelink?
An
I'm sure
non-creature
the
permanent
rules-
is allowed to have lifelink. Yeah, I mean there are cards that give instant and sorcery spells lifelink. I don't know what specific one you would do.
How
Use
it,
this
the
one to
ru-
get
the
past
rules will support it,
Mhm.
but there needs to be a card that actually does it.
Yeah,
So-
it
Yeah,
would
you
have
need
to
a way to
be a lifelink counter, right? Probably.
or something.
something like that.
So you could animate it somehow and put a lifelink counter on it somehow. You know, do one
Yeah.
of those until end of turn. This is a whatever. Put a lifelink
Yeah.
counter on it. And that would work, right?
Yeah.
So then when you attack, it would deal
or if
100
you, Or
damage.
if you animated it and gave it lifelink in some other conventional way and did your thing while it was still a creature.
Tezzeret's ultimate ability: put 3 counters on it, make it an artifact creature until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever I see the Dawnspire, the music for the Normandy reveal from Mass Effect 2 plays in my head.
I have no idea specifically what you're talking about, but I see that.
It's a game that takes place in space, right? That's all I know about Mass Effect.
That is correct. With a big old spaceship that kind of looks like the Dawnsire. Thus, whenever I see it, I'm like, the Mass Effect theme plays in my head.
That is a game that takes place in space, right?
That is literally all I know. So-
Brian is Brian's knocking him out today. I'm over here dying. Oh god.
Oh, if you think that's great, I want to talk for. This will take 2 seconds. I want to talk about an uncommon. No, this is a common, but only when we're done with the Dawnspire.
I mean, I think we're done with the
Dawnspire.
Dawnsire. It's,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So-
we see it.
So this is silly. I just like this because it's like, okay, you get it, and then you think about it, and you're like, wait, what? So Nutrient Block is an artifact. It costs a single mana, and it's a food. It's uncommon. It has indestructible.
Common.
It's common. I keep saying uncommon, right? It's a common. It's indestructible. It has pay 2, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life because it's a food. When this artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. And the thing I love the most about it is that it's an indestructible food. And I'm just, that it's basically what is that ration that they use in the armed
MRE.
services? MREs. This is like a flash frozen MRE. Is just like it's called tack. In the Civil War, soldiers would carry around rations of tack, and it was called that because you actually had to boil it or it would break your teeth. So that's what I'm thinking of. It's like, this is like that granola bar that you found at the back of your pantry from like 10 years ago, and you're like, I wonder if it's any good. So, because it's an indestructible food, and I that made me chuckle. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I was like, I like it. So,
Drumming
More
Hive
state-
Pool.
See, you were going to
What's
talk
that?
about a common. I thought you were going to go up rather than down. Did you see the Chrome Companion?
I did.
Mhm.
I've seen it in draft, and it is totally adorbs.
The Chrome Companion, for 2 mana, is a common artifact creature dog. It's a 2/1. When it becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. Hey. And you can pay 2 and tap to put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. That is way better than it might sound at first blush.
Mm-hmm.
But
When you
the
tap
art
it for that effect, yeah.
it's a corgi. Well, it's the front half mostly of a corgi. It's a bionic corgi because it's got the Terminator thing where one of its eyes and ears and that quadrant of its head has been replaced, and its back half is a very futuristic wheels.
See,
A cyborgy. Oh my God, Shifuji, you're fired.
now that you said that, the Terminator theme is running through my head when I see this. And
But it's really cute. It's like da 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 da.
Yeah, yeah.
Da, da.
Who's a good boy?
And the flavor text is Liberation Station's morale greatly improved after Rover took up residence. Get it? Rover? Because like a... Oh, yeah. Like the Mars
there.
rovers, but he's a dog. Get it?
Because Wolf.
I love him. Okay, anyway. Are there any more? Oh, yeah, weren't there, like, colored stations?
Yeah, there were colored stations. But real quick, while we're on Chrome Companion, the card
okay.
next to it.
Okay, what's next?
Hey, Mike, did you see Bygone Colossus?
I did. Applications of this are, you can find all kinds of funky stuff to do with this. It costs 9 for an uncommon 9/9 robot giant that has warp 3.
Oh my God.
So what could you do with a 9/9 temporarily on the board for 3 mana? You could do all kinds of crazy stuff.
You could get almost all the way to turning on your Dawnsire.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you see the flavor text?
I also saw the flavor text. The Edge is littered with the vestiges of civilizations annihilated by the Eldrazi. So the Eldrazi have also been here to the Sotera system, I think is what it's called.
I wondered if they were going to address Eldrazi because the Eldrazi were supposed to be, lore-wise, the only creatures that actually could live in the Blind Eternities. And now they're like, well, kind of actually, but...
Didn't I see an Eldrazi earlier?
Yeah, there's one in the colorless section near where Tezzeret was.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Is it the only one?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, the anti-causal vestige. For 6 mana, it's a 7/5 rare Eldrazi. When this creature leaves the When this creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Okay. Then you may put a permanent card, with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. That's a lot of words, but it's once it clicks, it makes sense. When it leaves the battlefield, you draw a card, and then you look at the number of lands you have, and you can drop something that costs that much or less. Got it. Oh, and it has Warp 4. Oh, that makes that a lot easier. I was like, this card is cool and all, but why is it rare? Because it has Warp. Oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah. I can't tell whether it looks like it's... I can't tell which of the big 3 lineages it looks like it comes from. Maybe the Emrakul lineage?
It kind of looks like all of them.
Yeah.
Like it's got the dome from, what's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulamog.
I can see it.
Yes, it's got like tentacles from Ulamog and like forked limbs from Kozilek, but also just Emrakul stuff.
I mean,
and maybe it's not part. Maybe it's not part of one of those.
I'd say it's part of Ulamog.
You think so?
It's because Ulamog has a dome, he has arms, and he's got tentacly legs.
Oh, suck it, Mike.
Because Kozilek has more of like his head is more sunken, and he's got more of a giant neck. He doesn't have a neck.
Yeah, and those are much the lesser ones from the Kozilek are also much more geometric looking.
Well, there you go.
And Emrakul is just giant noodly ship. Like with noodly legs, but it's just a giant ship.
I currently have noodly legs. Because it's 2
Chewie,
days
were you-
after I spent all day at Carowinds, so I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't do a lot of physical stuff, and then you do a lot of physical stuff, it's the second day after that it hits you.
Dirk, were you going to mention an artifact earlier, and then Chewie said that I went down, and I think we just kept going, and I was like, wait a minute, Dirk said something. Was there,
Oh, did
was
he?
there
My
an
bad.
artifact you were going to talk?
It was the thrumming hive pool. Because what is space if we don't have our favorite thing that never goes away?
Food.
No.
Food is my favorite thing.
Cyborgies.
No.
Oh.
Oxygen.
Thrumming hive pool 4/6. It's a rare artifact. Affinity for slivers.
Boo.
That was the correct response. So, slivers you control have double strike and haste.
Double
what is
boo.
there? What is there if you don't have something that makes? If it has slivers, it might as well give slivers something. It also says at the beginning of your upkeep, create 2 1/1 colorless sliver creature tokens.
I'm actually okay with this. And do you want to know why?
Because you hate people?
Because there's no other slivers in the set.
I mean, in the set, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do like
okay
the
with-
flavor text. I'll never escape this rock, but I fear they will. Oh. They did.
Mm-hmm. This might even be where they came from originally. And then they just sort of escaped onto Dominira.
Cardboard Samurai said 10 years ago, actually I was thinking slightly longer than that, Thrumming Hive Pool would have probably been a blue-white control win condition in Standard.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah.
it is after
What?
It is after 10. I have been alerted that I may need to go. I want to talk about one more card real quick, and you guys can keep going as long as you can keep Dirk awake, but I'd like to talk about one other card real quick. And it's actually next to Thrumming Hive Pool.
Oh.
So, we just had a rotation, and finally, no more toxic in Standard. And I was like, thank goodness, because I was getting so sick of it, literally. Like, I was to the point that if I was playing Standard and someone played a toxic card, I'd be like, I'm probably quitting right here. Especially the decks where they didn't even need to play creatures. Mike, you know the ones I'm talking about. The creatureless toxic
Yeah.
decks where once they got 2 counters on you, it's pretty much done. And so I have mixed feelings about Virulent Silencer. You might think, oh my god, I hate it, but kind of like the Hive Pool, kind of like the Eldrazi, it's this one-of-a-kind thing that on its own, I'm probably okay with. So it costs 3. It's an uncommon robot assassin. It's an artifact creature. It's a 2/3 for 3. And whenever a non-token artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. As the reminder text, a player with 10 or more poison counters loses the game. I have decided when we started playing Magic together and he had the poison deck, it was neat because it wasn't this thing that had been done to death. And then they brought poison back, with the first Return to Mirrodin block. And we were like, okay. And now it's been done a couple times in various forms, and it's gotten so aggressive. I mean, um, there's a legacy, there's an Eternal format deck I know is at least popular in Modern with the Ink Moth Nexus and that sort of stuff, where it was so hyper aggressive that it would end the game on like the second or third turn. So I'm kind of tired of poison counters, especially since there's no way to remove them. Looking at you, leeches. I don't like a win condition that the opponent just can't do anything about. This is the only thing that does this right now, other than I think isn't there the green legend that works with death
Yeah,
touch creatures?
Finn the Fangbearer got
Yeah,
reprinted in Foundations
which means he's gonna be in it until like
for 5 years.
that. Yeah, but this I think is unique. It's the other artifact creatures don't have this effect without it. So I think I'm okay with
Yeah.
it. I'm not
And
thrilled to
it's
see it, but
non-token artifact creatures, so you can't just throw
yeah,
a bunch of robots or gnomes
yeah,
at your opponent.
or slivers. Yeah,
Yeah.
because slivers working with this and having double strike, would be bad. But so I just wanted to mention that, and then real quick, I don't want to. I want you guys to be able to keep talking if you want. For my final thought, I will say that I went months without seeing any movies. Last movie I saw in theaters was uh, Captain America: Brave New World. But while we were on our Disney cruise, we saw the new Lilo and Stitch, which I thought was okay for a live action. It wasn't bad. We saw Thunderbolts, which I was like, "Oh wow, I'm really enjoying this. This is pretty good. I like this." And then we were on the ship for the world premiere of Fantastic Four, and it was fantastic. I'm sorry, I had
Oh,
to
good.
go there. It was really good. They actually finally got it right, and I don't want to go into spoilers about it, but they actually made a good Fantastic Four movie. And I could go into why, but it would be total spoilers, so maybe in like another month or so. And then we come home, and yesterday we went and saw Superman, and I'm like, and we leave, and I'm like, I feel like I'm actually really enjoying these superhero movies again, where I feel like I was still seeing them, but I wasn't enjoying them as much. And I just saw several I liked in a row, and I'm like, what's going on? So I don't know how the internet feels about these movies, Thunderbolts, um, Superman, and Fantastic Four, but I enjoyed each and every single one. I enjoyed them more than several superhero movies I'd seen in the last couple of years. Worth it, and worth it to see at least two of them on the big screen. So yeah,
Well, you see, Brian, what happened is these two movies in particular were not um, executive all to hell
good,
like a bunch of the recent Marvel movies have been.
good. Then they
Which
need to learn from that.
you might remember that the best Marvel movies are the ones where they just let the creators just do their thing
Hmm.
by and large, and not have to constantly keep putting their thumb on the scales and changing things and having to do months and months of reshoots to because a focus group didn't like it or whatever. It's crazy how when you
Or
just let creators create, it turns out well.
yeah. So yeah, so for those listening, I thoroughly enjoyed Thunderbolts. I thought it was great. And then Superman felt really refreshing, and hey, maybe they'll be able to do something with these characters going forward. If not, I'm okay with it being a standalone. I'm all right with that. And then Fantastic Four was great. It was so much fun to watch. So, yeah, that's my final thought. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm happy to be back with these guys, and seems like an interesting set. So, should we decide to keep going with it next week, if we feel like we got enough to talk about, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, we'll be talking about something else. But I should be here next week as well. Everybody have a good night or day or whenever you're listening or watching this.
Awesome.
All right. Night B.
Might be.
All right then.
So,
Dirk, you leaving too?
yeah, I'm gonna need to head to bed. So, I don't really have a card to. I think we hit all the stuff. There's, I guess, like Brian said, there's plenty of stuff in this set to talk about and go over and whatnot. But, final thought for me. Last night was able to get a bunch of the church guys. Us all got together and we played Magic again. And I realized that so I have a oh god, what's her name?
Steve.
Shroom the Hegemon deck.
Oh.
Commander deck.
Mhm.
And
Don't
I
worry,
thought whenever I
anyone
built it-
listening, it's not that kind of Shroom the Hegemon deck. Dirk doesn't build decks
no,
like that.
mine is not like, a net deck. Mine was a homegrown built deck. And when I built it, I was like, whenever I looked at it or thought about it in the past, like, it's just an artifact recursion of a. But then I played it last night and I realized, oh no, I mean, it's got artifact recursion and everything. But then as I was looking through it and playing it, I'm going, oh, that's right. This is also a control deck because Memnarch is in that deck. And it's also the deck that has oh god, what is her name? The Phyrexian that's white.
Elish Norn.
Oh, yeah.
Elish Norn's in that deck too. And I realized and both of them came out last night. Like both of them hit the board, and it was really funny because one of the guys was his commander is Wolverine, and he's looking at Elish Norn and going, well, I guess I can't play my commander, can I? Because Wolverine will never hit the board long enough to be pumped or whatnot. He just goes straight back to the command zone.
Oh, he's
So
a
it
2/2.
was-
I was like, I don't get the joke.
Yeah.
What's funny?
Yeah, but it was refreshing to play the deck, and for the most part, I was in control of the game, with occasional moments of the two other guys playing stuff. So one of the guys, he put the Cauldra, one of the more recent Cauldra equipments that has all the Cauldra equipment, but it's one card. And he just started exiling stuff, like my creatures. And unfortunately, he exiled Memnarch and just all the stuff. He started exiling everything. And the other guy was playing the Rohan deck, the Rohan Commander Precon. And I did end up taking out the guy who was playing the Wolverine deck, and I ended up losing to the Rohan deck purely because of Aragon's ability. That when he's the monarch, that he can essentially run up and I can't block him.
Mhm.
And I was at 3 life. Aragon is a 4/4. And I just could not block him. There was no way I could remove him or kill him or anything. And I'm going, well, I have this army of things that will definitely eat you next turn. But I can't block the thing that will prevent me from losing this game. So it was a very fun game I played last night. It was fun getting to play the Shroom the Hegemon deck. Yes, mine is definitely not the net. Like I win on turn 3 or make the game miserable. Mine is the fun. It does this. It also does this, and yeah, it was a very fun game I played last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, and there's talk that a bunch of us need to like rent out the church, or not rent out the church. We should reserve the church and be like, okay, this whole day is just gonna be nothing but cards. We'll order pizza, and just anyone who wants to play, just show up. And we'll just play cards all day. So I doubt that will happen, but it is a fun thought to keep to have in mind, because it's very funny that no one really was playing Magic, and then a bunch of us were like, "Hey, do you want to go to this pre-release?" And then a whole bunch of us started playing Magic. So yes, I'm enjoying myself getting to play again and fellowship and everything with a bunch of people at church. But that is my final thought.
Nice.
So with that, I'm going to head on to bed.
All right.
Oh,
Nice,
and
Eric.
as a reminder, I will not be here next week.
Yep. Because you'll be on a boat.
I'll be on a boat out in the middle of the ocean.
Like you were Clues or something. I forgot. That's what we used to say when Clues would be on a Clues cruise. We'd be like, he's just out on a boat.
So, all right. Well, I'm off. You guys have a wonderful night.
Night, Eric.
All right, good night, Derek.
Night.
Well, I guess we're done then, Mike.
I guess so.
Because I don't want to talk about any more cards. Not without Dirk and Brian.
I don't have any that I want to hit right now. But yeah, for final thoughts, I wasn't sure just on the reading them for the first time about some of the mechanics and the way the set would feel, and I didn't get to go to a pre-release because I just didn't make the effort to plan for it. But from what I've played so far in Arena with that midweek Magic jump in event and then the Brawl I've been playing, the cards feel good. The themes and the settings feel cool with the way the cards fit together. It doesn't seem like goofy or shoehorned in like Thunder Junction or Either Drift were. So yeah, I'm really pleased with my experience with Edge of Eternities so far.
Nice. Yeah, Sam mentioned that Brian was bummed that he thought, because he really thought the pre-release was this coming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Also, listening to Sam talk about the same movies Brian was just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for Superman, because that was after the Carowinds trip. But like, it's nice because Sam speaks more intelligently about these movies than freaking half of the people I see on the internet complaining about them, or even the ones not complaining about them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm sure I was gonna see Thunderbolts at some point, you know. I'm sure it's on Disney Plus by now. I'll watch it sometime soon. Why not? But after Sam was like going off on it, I'm like, oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this, I think. She's a smart kid.
Good.
Like, she doesn't just play one on television. Or so, yeah. But as for my final thoughts, so because I was still, well, I'm getting old, so you know, a full trip to Carowinds kind of kicked my ass.
Right.
And we rode a lot of roller coasters, bruh. But and then last night, you know, I did a dash shift as always, and when I came home, everything hurt. But my voice had come back. When I woke up yesterday morning, my voice was gone. And the throat was all scratchy. And then when I woke up this morning, it did the same thing. So, probably going to happen again tomorrow. But I didn't want to have to do something involving, like, reflexes, you know. I started Ori in the Blind Forest. And I'm like, I can't stream that. But I wanted to do a stream. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a nighttime Baldur's Gate 3 stream, even though here lately I've just been doing them in the daytime. and it was really good. I fought another boss out of nowhere. Didn't know it was going to be a boss fight. Just there was a conversation happening. I figured it would be a fight eventually, and no, it was. I hovered over the surgeon dude, and he had like 200 some HP, and I went, oh, this is a boss fight. Okay, glad I rested. I did a short rest before this to get all my stuff back. Yeah. And because I had a warlock, and I'm a moon druid, so I needed that short rest to get my supplies back. And yeah, it was a undead surgeon dude and a bunch of undead nurses in this place that was covered by a shadow curse of some sort. And
isn't that a Silent Hill game?
Right? 2, I think. Silent Hill 2, not 2 Silent Hill. Although there are 2 Silent Hill 2s now. But anyway, Mike, you'd be proud of me. I set up a big Hunger of Hadar.
Oh boy!
Right over top of them. With my warlock, and then my druid summoned a what is she? A woodland bee? I don't know. She's a dryad. And then she summoned her boyfriend, apparently, because the name of the ability was like Lost Love or something like that, who's a woodwode.
Mm-hmm.
And so my berserker throwing stuff barbarian was up there, because it was like a little what's the word I'm looking for? Amphitheater, sorta. Like they were down.
Yeah.
They were down, and around them, the seats were raised. So Karlak was up there throwing stuff down at them. My druid also cast plant growth on top of the Hunger of Hadar, just to really keep them locked in. And every time someone would manage to dash up to the edge, I would have the Eldritch Blast with Repelling Blast to knock them back in. And so I just kept them all locked into the Hunger of Hadar, taking, like, they had resistance to whatever kind of damage that is, but it was still damage.
Yeah.
And more importantly, haha, you can't get me was the important bit. And I had my my cleric hitting them with, let's see, Guiding Bolt, and also what is the one where the spirits circle around you and do radiant damage?
It's Spectral Guardian. Is that what
Spectral Guardians, maybe something like that. Yeah, she would run up to the edge, and all of them that were close to the edge would take damage, and then I'd have her run away again. She'd be like, "What? Take damage, run back, Guiding Bolt. All right, go." And yeah, my druid was just throwing whatever. I don't know, whatever I don't even remember what he was doing, honestly. But yeah, I had a strategy, and I executed it, and it felt good, Mike, because I think I complained last week that, well, not complained, but I pointed out last week I think I'm kind of overpowered.
Yeah.
Because, Karlak throwing stuff just dies. Like, she points her spear at it, and it goes, ah, and dies. And I'm like, But because this thing had so much HP, like, I could actually have a strategy and then execute it, rather than just, well, everything's going to die before, 2 turns, so I guess just do damage, y'all.
Right.
And it felt really good.
That's awesome. It feels really cool to do something clever with like an area controlling effect like that.
Yeah.
I was able to do something similar in one battle in our game with Brian. I didn't have the Repelling Blast feature, but I had a Dragonborn feature where I could use my breath weapon to push people if I wanted to.
Ooh.
So I
idea.
did something like I did something like that. I dropped a Hunger of Hadar and ran around to one side and dragon breathed the casters into the into the middle of the square.
Nice. it was a lot of fun. Like most of the encounters are just all right, damage.
Yeah.
Like after that, I did. Oh, and he tried to cast some sort of spell, and I forgot that I'd given Will my warlock counterspell.
Oh, uh huh.
And it pops up a little, hey, do you want to use a reaction? And I was like, maybe. And I moused over it, and he was going to resurrect one of his nurses. That
Oh, wow.
I had just, like, I think there were only 2 left. I think he started with like 4 or 5, and there were only 2 left, and he was going to bring one back, and I was like, hell no, counterspell. And that felt good, because that means he didn't do anything else that turn. Ha ha ha. He just took damage and then failed at doing anything and then stood there.
Yeah, I have it too. With so few slots, counterspell is pricey for a warlock, but a well placed one is killer.
Yeah. But I was gonna something else, but I don't remember what. Oh, and I kept whenever he would get I couldn't get Will to push him back, but whenever Karlak would be able to use her enraged throw and knock him down, I was like, all right, he's stuck there for another turn.
Right.
And I had respect to everybody. So in Baldur's Gate 3, only even numbered ability scores matter. So like if you've got
in terms of increasing bonuses. Yeah, that's just part of the standard rules.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't know if that's how it worked in D&D, but like if you have 12 charisma and you have 13 charisma, it's literally exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
there are nothing that benefits from that +1, and everybody had like at least one odd numbered freaking stat, and it was killing me.
I know, it drives me up the wall.
So I went to Withers and I respect off stream earlier that day. I respect everybody. Because give Withers 100 gold, and I can mess with stats and change classes and, do level ups again. And I tried to get everyone back to basically where they were before, but I'm pretty sure I made like more optimized decisions. Also, I did finally respec Karlak, my Berserker Barbarian. She has, during that fight, everyone leveled up, so that was cool. So I'm level 8 now, so she now has 2 levels of Rogue. So I'm going to get 1 more so she can have a Thief Rogue, get the extra bonus action, and then 1 more to get a feat, and then she'll finish out the rest in Barbarian. And
That's
also
great.
my Rogue, who I never use, I got him 4 levels of Swashbuckler, and then swapped over to Gloomstalker Ranger because I never use Astarion because he's boring, so I gave him more abilities. And I haven't figured out how stealth works quite in combat in this game yet, so I gave him even more stealthy abilities with the Gloomstalker Ranger in an effort to maybe I'll actually put him in my party and learn how he works.
I barely understand how stealth works in combat. I feel like I only use it outside of combat.
But I had a really fun stream last night because we got to run around and read tombstones because we're in the Shadow Curse land. I got to play hide and seek with some little, I don't know, demon kid. I don't know. But because I can see invisibility, he was like, I'm going to go hide. And he went boop and ran off. But he didn't go boop. I could just watch him. And I'm like, oh, there he goes. So I walked up to him and he's like, hey, no, you're not supposed to win. Let's do it again. But this time my family will be looking for you. So you better be careful. And there were these 2 wraiths that popped up out of nowhere. One named Mummy and one named Daddy. And then a little shadow dog called Doggy. But apparently I failed the stealth in that, and somebody walked into the cone of vision and failed a stealth check. So all of a sudden we were in combat.
Yeah.
What? But I got to play hide and seek with he looked like a a tiefling kid, but he was not a tiefling kid. He was some sort of something else. And then he was like, all right, well, you beat me once, so here's second place. And he gave me a really cool ring that gave me Pass into Shadows or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, that's neat. And when I talked to him again, he's like, nope, we're done. I'm like, what? But I want to know what the hell. Nope, no more talking. All right. Yeah, Mike, I'm 2/3 of the way through the game, I think, because the max level is 12. I assume you won't get to level 12 when there's a whole lot left in the game, right? Surely not.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Baldur's Gate 3 is.
I don't either.
Is paced out, but the built-in level limit is 20, but that's if you've been on some kind of super long epic quest line.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I'm very excited to like further work on my. The only person I'm having any trouble with trying to figure out what to do, like everyone else, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay a moon druid. I don't see a need to go into anything else. The fighter at 11, you know, I get a third attack, so why would I dip into anything else? That's fine. You know, the barbarian, I'm gonna get 4 levels of rogue just to get an extra bonus attack and a feat.
right.
All right, you know, or a bonus action. But like my warlock, like I'm a Pact of the Blade Archfiend warlock. I don't know what the hell to do with him. While I was respecing everybody, I would like my wizard. I thought maybe I could take a level of sorcerer. Like I was looking at what sorcerer things do, and I was like, oh, dude, if I give him like a storm sorcerer level, then he can fly between casts. That's cool. I went, I don't know. Nah, he's a wizard. That's fine. I'll just stick with the evocation wizard for him. That's fine. I don't need to get too fancy with the wizard. All he's gonna do is stand back there and cast spells. Whatever. He's got like an amulet of Misty Step, or no, I think he knows Misty Step. He'll be fine. I don't need to fly. But at least I was looking at stuff. But for Will, I'm just staring at him, going, I don't know. Continue with a warlock, I guess. I looked at what warlocks get. It ain't much. I'm like, huh. I could give him a level of. Once again. Give him a level of fighter so he can have action surge. That seems kind of cheap, because that's even more Eldritch Blasting. I'm doing enough Eldritch Blasting, isn't it? Man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like if you're you said Pact of the Blade.
Excuse me.
Yeah, if you're Pact of the Blade and focusing on Eldritch Blast, and it's almost like your pack choice doesn't really do anything.
Not anymore. Like as I was redoing the levels, you know, when I respect him, I was like, okay, repelling blast, and then the other one that you add your charisma modifier, because why would you not? And then for the next pact, I was like, disguise self at will? Okay. And then it gave me another one, and I'm like, I took one of the ones that was newly available, like, at that level. But here's how much of an impact it gave me. I don't remember what it was. It's like,
Yeah, it's like... I feel like Pact of the Blade is something where if you're going to play Warlock, but you don't, like, you purposefully don't want to go down the Eldritch Blast path. Like, you might still have it as a cantrip, so you have a good long range attack, but it's not what you're built. Like, you're choosing not to make your build around Eldritch Blast like Warlocks usually do. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, I've even given. He's got gear now to where when he does. Oh God, which one did I give him? like when he does some sort of like flavor of spell damage, that infuses his weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And so now his weapon will deal more damage. Plus his weapon, I gave him a new packed weapon that when it's a packed weapon, it does additional like lightning damage. And I'm like, okay, so this will do lightning damage plus whatever damage it's already going to do, plus whatever the gear, infuses from his spells. Sweet. But then he just Eldritch Blast things because it's blatantly overpowered.
Yeah.
I just realized we're still doing the show. This is not odds and ends.
Oh, whoops.
So there you go. That's my final thought. I love Baldur's Gate 3 so much that the fact that I can't decide something clever to do with one of the characters is annoying. I could swap him into something else, but like for my first playthrough, I want to stay mostly true to everyone's, default.
Right.
So, I don't want to make him a bard because it's a plot point that he's a warlock. Like, he's got horns now because he's a warlock and he displeased his dark mommy. Dude, everyone in this game has an issue with a dark mommy. Like, there's Shar, there's Mistra, there's whoever it is that is his patron. I forgot her name.
Right.
There's Vlaakith. Like, everybody has a dark mommy issue. Except for my character, because my character is the blank slate.
Yeah.
The dark mommy I have a problem with is Karlach, because she won't step on me. Anyway, right. So... Oh man, I do not apologize for any of this. So hey, let me remind everyone to join the Discord, join the Patreon, and get stuff early. Get the sponsorship shout out for the Mythic Lifeguards. So hey, the lifeguards are Violet Moon. Oh, Violet changed the name back. But what was it the last time, Mike?
Azmarine and Mardicatus in a Kuldakar.
See? So Violet Moon, Al, Team Ellis, are you? Scuzzo, Michael, whoever that is, Andrew Odie, Jason Kaus, Casey, Jake Jansons, Jason Doan, a lot of Jasons in here, Kim Ho, and ALK Alters. Thank you all so much, and to everybody listening and doing all of that, with the being on the Patreon or subscribing on Twitch. Hey, don't forget, I stream games here on Twitch. Or just hanging out in the Discord. All of that is awesome. And I love you all. And with that, yeah, we'll be done with episode 730. Mostly Edge of Eternities. A big chunk of Baldur's Gate at the end because I have a serious problem. And Mike knows D&D, so he can commiserate without knowing specifically Baldur's Gate. He feels my pain. And yeah. So, this has been, like I said, episode 730 of the Mana Pool. Thank you all so very much for joining us, and station.